Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about one of my all-time favorite sections with the Power theme. So we'll scroll down our list. So here we are. We just went over the CTA button section under the call to action blocks. And next we're going to look at the product carousel with bullets and testimonial. So if you were ever looking for a single section for drag and drop beautiful landing page creation, I think this is about as close as we're going to get. So let's dive into this one because this one's really cool. As we can see here, we get an error message first when we drag it on sit, and the error says, please choose a product for this product carousel with bullets and testimonial section to display. So what this is telling us is it wants us to first select a product before the section will display itself. So let's do that now. Let's go with our standard thermos here. And as soon as we click it, we can see this beautiful section appear. So this is all part of a single section within the Power theme called the Carousel, Bullets, and Testimonial section. I'll show you in a second why it's also called the bullet section, because we can actually add bullets here. Let's actually do that right now. So we'll just add a couple bullets and then we'll do a rundown of what's included with this section. So you can see I just added 3 bullet points here. So top to bottom, we have a header, a subheadline, a carousel, bullet points, a testimonial image, product description, product price, Luke's reviews integration widget, add to cart button, and this is the, as we'll see later in the section, this is the fulfillment time estimator. So you can see actually getting another error message here asking us to click save or refresh the page before we can see the changes. So let's just do that quickly here for you guys. So you can see as soon as we click save, we get to see this fulfillment estimator section, and it says order now and have your order shipped by March 22nd at 5 p.m. So this is another section that changes daily automatically for you based on your settings, and we'll get into that one a little bit later. And then lastly in this section we have Truss badges. So as you can see, this is a fully loaded section. Let's just hide this top image video banner for now so you can see it. So this is a really great section to lead off your custom landing pages. It's actually the one that we used on our example custom landing page 1 as the top section. So let's dive into the settings. So the first setting, as we just saw, was the product carousel. Next we have a colors section. So we did this because we wanted to keep all of the colors basically for the section in one place as much as we could, just to help with the ease of design here. So top to bottom, we have background color, headline color, subheadline color, sale price, regular price, which is right here, order processing time text, which is right here, and order processing time color, which again, if we click save here, we'll see that section update right here with the order processing time. So those are the color sections. Let's just change these back to black for now. And let's leave the sale price as green. I think this is actually kind of a cool way to show off your sale price, maybe draw some more attention to it, having a different color here. So I kind of like that actually. So let's continue to scroll down. Next we have the headline. So this is where we'll select our headline text. Headlines are super important, by the way, for landing pages, I'm sure you guys know. Definitely one of the most valuable things that you guys can split test. So if you do choose to use this section, I definitely recommend maybe setting up 2 custom landing pages identical setup with this section on top, and then just split test this headline and subheadline between the pages, because it really will make a big difference. Because, I mean, above the fold here, if we switch over to mobile, this is prime real estate, obviously. So it's really going to dictate whether your customers keep going or they stop. So getting this headline, subheadline right is definitely going to drastically affect the performance of your sales pages. So next up, we have the font style. So as you guys can probably recall, we set the font style for the Power theme within the theme settings here. So if we go into a theme settings, go into typography, we can see that for the headings, we have this fat face type font. And then for the body, we have the Montserrat type font. So right now we can actually see that the headline and subheadline are both using the body style Montserrat type font. However, if we go back to the section settings, we can actually change that from the body font style for the headline to the header font style, which will be that fat face type font here. And you can see the live update there. Next up, we have font size for the headline itself, followed by letter spacing and line height as well, if you have multiple lines in your headline. Next up, we have the subheadline, which is this. So again, we can update the text here, update the font style here. It's basically the identical settings as the headline, just for the subheadline here. Next up, we have the ability to upload a custom image. So this might be a little bit confusing at first glance, but all this means is basically, instead of displaying a carousel section here, we have the option to display a single image. And as a quick reminder, all the carousels on the Power theme are not actually filled up. So all these pictures are not actually part of these section settings. These pictures are pulled dynamically from the product that we selected. So as soon as we select the product here, we're going to pull in the images associated with that product that you uploaded within the Shopify dashboard. Now, in terms of this custom image, it might be a little bit overwhelming for this section to have a carousel here, because there's already quite a lot going on here with this section. So we gave you guys the option here to forego the carousel and just upload a single image if you'd like. For example, let's just pick this single image. So now we can see the carousel disappeared and it's replaced with this image. Next up, we have the Facebook Likes widget. So this is something that's going to appear at the bottom of either the carousel or image here, whichever we have selected. And let's just click that on, and we'll click Save here so it appears. So whenever you make changes to the Facebook Likes widget, you do have to hit Save within the editor for it to show up. And that's just related to the Facebook code that we have running in the background here. So as you can see, for the Facebook widget, we have the option to select or type in the Facebook page URL, which will be related to this widget. So as an example, we just used the Nike Facebook homepage. So as we can see, the Nike page has 34 million likes, and you also have the opportunity to share the Nike page on your personal profile if you'd like. So obviously you would want to update this with your brand name here. And this can be just another really great way to establish social proof sort of above the fold for people as they land on your page. Next up, we have the testimonials. So now we're actually on the right column. So this is the testimonial text, as you'll see here. This is the name field for the testimonial. This is the star color here for the testimonial, star size for the testimonial, star rating for the testimonial, and lastly, we have the image here. So this is where you upload the image associated with your review. So we'll pick that image, for example. Next up, we have the product description text here. So note that this is the product description text here is actually inputted directly here instead of being pulled from your product. So you have total flexibility here with the text via this text input. Similarly to the rest, we have font size, letter spacing, and line height as well for this guy. So that's how that works. Let's change that back. Next up, we have the Luke's Reviews widget. So assuming that you have the Luke's app installed on your store, and if anyone's not familiar with that, that is a very popular review app for Shopify. So the Power Theme integrates with Luke's, and if you do have it installed and you have yes selected, then what's going to happen here is we're going to pull in the star rating and number of reviews for the associated product for this section. As you can see, it's happening right here. This is where you can change the Luke's Reviews color here. Next up, we have something called the product status label. So it's actually not shown by default, but if we click this on here, you can see we get this little badge right above the Add to Cart button. So this is a great little tool as well to add. And the whole purpose is just to basically increase, our rate of add to carts and conversions, right? I mean, that's the purpose of everything within your sales page. So this is just another thing that you can add to test with your pages, and it tends to work quite well. So the In Stock Now badge works well, or you can also play around with it and choose perhaps like a flashing red color, and you could say like limited stock, and just try to introduce a little more scarcity perhaps into your landing page like that. Next up, we have the call to action button. So we have two different options here. We can either do a direct add to cart button, which is the default, or we can choose to go to the bundle section. So as you guys probably recall from the last videos, the bundle section button is a automatic scroller to the bundles. So we have the bundles hidden right now from the homepage, but if we unhid the bundles here at the bottom of the page, then this button would basically scroll the user down to the bundle section after they click it. And this is really useful, instead of an add to cart button, to do this sort of go to bundle section button, because people shopping from the bundle sections tend to have an higher average order value, just because we're offering sort of higher ticket offers with the bundle cards. So I definitely recommend that you guys try this out with your themes. Next up, we have the Buy Now button text for the go to bundle section button, as well as the color for this button and the text color. And actually, let's just look at a bundle section really quickly. So just in case anyone is not familiar with what I'm talking about there. So let's just go to our custom landing page 1 for a second. So these are the cards that I'm talking about. So clicking that button with the go to bundle sections, they're going to be brought to these sort of bundle card offers here, which you can customize for your store. So I'm sure you guys already seen that, but anyone who wasn't familiar, just wanted to point that out there. So let's go back into our section settings. The last thing to note here about the button is if you do select the add to cart button type, then you'll see that there is no option here to change the color of this button or the text within the button. And the reason is that all add to cart buttons on the Power theme are controlled via global settings. So if we back out again quickly and go into the global theme settings here, you'll see the option here to change the color of your add to cart buttons within the global theme settings. And the reason that we put it here instead of in individual sections is because you want to more than likely keep a consistent color for all of your add to cart buttons across your entire website. So this just makes that a little bit easier for you guys. And to change the text of the add to cart button, you're actually going to do that outside the entire customizer. So you're going to click exit here and go into the actual languages setting for the Power theme. So for every theme on your store, you can click the drop down next to it and edit the languages, and that's where you're going to modify this text, add to cart text if you want to do so. Next up, we're going to look at the shipment processing time. So that's this section here. So I did explain this already, I know, in an earlier video with the countdown carousel, but I just wanted to go over it here again quickly because it's been a little while since we went over it. So the shipment processing time is it's probably similar to what you might have saw on Amazon. And the purpose is to let the customer know when their order is going to be shipped out if they order now, basically. And the way we do that here is with an input about order processing time. So as you know, with your fulfillment team, basically you have a set time where your fulfillment team needs to fulfill orders. So that could be 2 days, 3 days, or 0 days. Maybe your team can get it up the same day. So that's what you're going to set here. And then below that, you're going to set a shipment cutoff time. So let's say that your team could get it out on the same day and it's before the shipment cutoff time. So let's say that it's 12 p.m. on this day and your team is going to ship it out the same day. Then if we update this, then we'll see that it'll say today before 5 p.m. as you can see here. But more realistically, most fulfillment agents, probably 2 or 3 days is a good target. So we'll set it to 2 days and we'll click save again. And now we'll see that it will update again for us here. And there it is. You can also change the setting here to ship on weekends or not. So if your fulfillment team doesn't ship on the weekends, you can select no here. And then if the fulfillment date does land on a weekend day, then it'll actually get pushed to Monday automatically for you here. So this is a yes or no selection and just depends on what your fulfillment service offers on weekends. So this is a pretty cool section. I haven't seen this a whole lot within other Shopify themes, and yeah, I definitely recommend you guys test this out for sure. I think this could really increase maybe your add to cart rates and your conversion rates as well. So that's a cool section to try out. Last up, we have the Truss badge. So that's below the fulfillment time estimator here. And you can either, again, yes or no, show the Truss badge similar to all the other sections. So we can either show or hide the shipment processing time, show or hide the Luke's reviews, show or hide the Truss badge. So it's all very customizable, right? Totally depending on what you'd like to show and hide. However, Truss badges are another great addition, so I definitely recommend as well that you try these. So we actually uploaded 4 standard Truss badges for you guys as well. So we have a standard credit cards one, which you can see here. We have a credit cards with a safe checkout badge above it. You can see here. We have another one here with a safe checkout badge plus credit cards plus Apple, Google, and PayPal. And then we have a Stripe related one. So if you use Stripe as your payment processor, this might be a good one. It actually says powered by Stripe here. And that's a little bit small actually. So let's increase the size of it here. As you can see, now it is a bigger badge here. We can also change the opacity of our badge here like this if we'd like. And we can even upload a custom Truss badge as well. So instead of having one of these 4 standard Truss badges that we uploaded, you can actually specify your own custom image here that you'd like to show. And it doesn't even have to be a Truss badge, actually. It could be any image that you'd like here. So let's just add this for an example. And after you do add it, you need to specify that, yes, I would like to replace the Truss badge with a custom image. So you just select yes there. And then we can see our image show up let's just raise the opacity back up, and you can see it there. Okay guys, we're finally getting to the end of this section. This is a monster section. Definitely one of my favorites for sure. So lastly, we have the padding top and bottom. So this is another sort of setting that every section on the theme has. So you can add more space to the top or to the bottom of your section here. As you can see here, we added more space to the bottom, and this is the animation. So you can have the section animate in as your user scrolls to the section if you'd like that as well, just like any other section on the theme. So these are sort of common settings here. And that does it for this section. This is a huge one, but honestly, such a useful section. I absolutely love this section. I definitely recommend you guys try it out. Actually, it's probably one thing we didn't talk about here was the bullet points. So let's briefly talk about those actually before we end this video. So the bullet points are block sections, and you can add as many as you'd like here. And as you can see, once you click in, you can actually modify the bullet points here. And again, these icons are direct from Font Awesome, which you guys are probably familiar by now, but if we just hop over to the Font Awesome website really quickly, and we'll go back to the home page here, and we'll look up maybe the smile emoji here. So Font Awesome is a library of hundreds and probably even thousands of free icons. So if we go in here and we want to use this smile, let's say, instead of the check mark that we currently use, it's simply a matter of coming over to Font Awesome, copying this HTML code. Actually, all we need is the FA smile code, but we'll just copy the entire code here, and we will paste that in here and get rid of this iClass stuff because we don't need it. And there you can see that our icon updated to the smiley face here. Here's the icon color, and you can independently set the icon and color for every bullet point if you'd wish. Icon size, and then the way these bullet points are set up here is we have at the start, we have a bolded text followed by the rest of the text. And we did this because for the bullet point, you might want to sort of call out the feature followed by benefit. So the feature in this case could be ergonomic memory foam, and then the benefit that provides would be provides neck support while you sleep, which means no more neck pain in the morning. So you can easily choose to not use bolded text at all here just by simply deleting it. Or alternatively, you could use all bold text here if you'd like that as well. But having the bold and regular is a nice option for sure. So, and you can also rearrange the bullet points as well here if you'd like. Oh, that was a big one, guys. So thanks for sticking with me through this whole video. I hope you guys love this section. Honestly, it is 100% one of my favorite sections with the power theme. This section converts so well. I love using it, and I love how it's just all included in one section here. Super easy. Just drag and drop it on, fill out your product details. It's ready to go. Yeah, absolutely love this section. So thanks guys for watching this video. And next up, we will continue to look at the next carousel type section on the power theme. So thanks guys, and I will see you in the next video.